like the Sunnah, Shia, secular? What do you feel like?
What are my feelings? Well, I did gain a wide perspective because I didn't really know about the difference between Sunni and Shia so much, but through online I was able to access more information and gain a broader perspective, and it helps me define why I should be going for which and why not the other.
Okay, what would you consider a radical or very conservative website?
It's radical when it has detailed description of what it's talking about, and if it lists a bunch of sources to back up what it's saying. I mean, in terms of radical, do you mean like the extremes?
Like the jihadis, Salafis that we have to kill,
Yes,
we should fight.
those are very obvious because, like I said, they take a bunch of ayahs and hadith just on that one topic and they stress upon it, and they change the meaning around.
Okay, so do you think they are easily identifiable?
They are. Well, for me it is, but for non-Muslims it's not because they don't know.
Okay, thank you. So how would you describe them, this radical website?
Like I said, they would have like resources on that main topic. They stress upon it. They change the meaning into how they want it to seem, about jihad.
Okay.
They don't know the story behind the ayah, but they change it around just to prove that they're right. You have to fight, you have to kill, but that's not the reality behind the meaning of that ayah.
Thank you. If you seek out Islamic fiqh online, do you believe that it should be interpreted for a Muslim minority context?
I think it should.
Okay, do you see interpretation of religious texts such as the Quran, Hadith, or legal fatwas as unchanging irrespective of place, time, or context, or it's changing? Like a certain issue, like on the riba, or like eating this food is allowed in Turkey. It's not allowed in Turkey or in Saudi Arabia, so it shouldn't be allowed here as well.
Yeah.
Like fatwa for these things or marriage issues, whatever.
I do see changes because we have a lot more scholars that kind of tweak things around to make things easier for people. They make the halal the haram, they make the haram the halal, and these are the signs of that we were told we will see.
Okay.
But in terms of the ayah itself, they cannot make changes to hadith itself. They cannot, however, with interpretations, like I said, they do make the interpretations different just to make people believe what it is that they want to prove.
Okay, thank you. Have your opinions to this end changed in the last 5 years about these things or no?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
Because like before, I wouldn't believe the fact that people would do this. It would sound so like unrealistic, but that's because I was younger. But as I grow and I see more things and I learn more things, it's quite scary how people play around with such serious things.
Has your usage of internet anything to do with that change?
Yeah, it has, like sometimes.
Okay. Which scholars or thinkers do you feel are most important as sources of religious authority for you?
Scholars or thinkers? Do you want me to name specific ones?
Yeah, if you have any.
Like Numan Ali Khan, Mufti Mang.
Thank you.
I try to rely on more like scholars from back then, like Ibn Taymiyyah, and I just can't think of their names right now.
Thank you. Yes. If you visit a Muslim website hosted in Canada of a scholar of an organization that's from Canada, have you noticed any differences between so-called local or national or non-Canadian or foreign perspectives?
This can change in context. Like, to be honest, there are some groups that change religion around based on their culture. So they mix culture and religion. And like I said, it just depends on who it is that is hosting the website.
For example, you see a website.
Yes.
And then when you see it, you say, okay, this belongs to the Canadian Muslims.
Oh.
Is there anything, such thing like this, or it doesn't? There is no difference?
There is a difference. There's a difference. Like if I were talk about Turkish and Canadian, and it depends on the, like I said, who hosts the website, you know? Like in the Turkish, to be honest, they do mix a lot of culture and Islam. In the Canadian, if you do go onto those more reliable resources, it's just ayah and hadith.
I see.
But
Thank you.
depends on the context.
Tamam. What Muslim groups or community do you affiliate yourself with? Maliki Sunni, Sufi Humanist, Hanafi Sunni?
I am Hanafi Sunni.
Okay. Is that because of your family, friends, personal choice?
Well, I was grown in a Sunni Hanafi family,
Okay.
but like I said, later growing up and doing research,
It becomes
it
personal.
it became personal. So
Do you belong to a religious group or mosque that not necessarily through a formal membership but where you regularly attend?
yes, I do.
How regularly do you attend? All activities, prayers sometimes?
Prayers sometimes, like, or I can say rare, because the community I attend is really far, and transportation is not easy as always. But activities I do attend. I try to attend all of them.
Okay. What kinds of activities, if any, do you participate in outside of worship?
We organize camps. We have festivals that we organize, conferences, and there's halakas.
Okay. How important is that committee to you?
It's really important.
Thank you.
It's,
If you attend a mosque, does it use the internet? And
yes,
how?
it does. Through like websites, they promote the
Okay.
activities that they're doing.
So do they use for internal communication or miscorrection information?
Like I said, it's for promoting. There's also communication. And they can try to correct misinformation. So it can be all.
Okay. So do you think how they can improve their usage of internet? Or it is,
How might they improve it? Maybe having someone just, or how can I explain this? It's because the way that they use the internet is in the hands of a few people who are monitoring it, and those people all have like a job, and they may not be able to put in a lot of time into it. So it kind of lacks at some point. So having someone or one or two people giving in just time for that, like employing, so I think would be much better.
Okay, thank you. And is your Muslim community or religious group using the internet adequately?
Like I said, sometimes, because it just depends on how much time they put into how much time and effort.
Thank you. Do you use the internet to access information about Muslim events or gatherings?
Yes, I do.
Thank
I
you.
do.
Are the online groups to which your offline friends belong different from yours?
No.
Okay. Can you describe the type of activities in which you engage with online members of your group or faith community? Like what did you mentioned actually, but
Yes.
online?
But online,
Yeah, the online. What do you do like online?
I run, like I help run the social media websites that we have for the community center. Like I make posters and make announcements.
Thank you.
You know,
How much do you contribute or interact with others online? Like, are you commenting, posting, sharing?
it's mostly posting, but sometimes I try to answer people's questions.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have you joined Islam-related self-improvement activities?
Yes, I have.
Could you just name or give example, one or two?
Like lectures, during the weekends.
Okay. Have you taken any online seminars?
No.
Thank you. Have you ever changed some of your views before or after joining a group, whether offline or online?
Views in terms of religion?
Yes.
Yes, because the more community or the more groups you join, you do gain a broad perspective towards the religion.
Can you give an example if you have any example, like about your views? Change it.
Views. So, like I said, for example, I never used to believe that people would actually take the ayah and the hadith and use it just to promote their own ideas, their own little bubble of belief. But as I grew up, I saw that it actually happens in the world, and it's sad.
Okay, thank you. Has an online community or religious group ever helped deepen your understanding of an issue or given you some solidarity when you may have disagreed with the teachings of your faith community or family?
It has helped deepen my understanding of issues. In terms of giving some sort of revenue, I mean, yes. Like I said, when it gives you a broader understanding, you kind of give it away. It just depends on the topic, though.
Okay, thank you. Have you found that the internet has provided you with a faith community or a religious group that you otherwise might not have accessed?
No.
Thank you. Have you ever left an online community or religious group?
No.
Okay, thank you. Do you have Muslim friends who are from groups or communities other than the one to which you belong?
Yes, I do.
What about online?
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yes.
What kind of issues are discussed with them online, with your Muslim friends?
What kind of
Do you discuss belief, dogma, creationism?
Yeah, it's mostly like current issues that are going on in the world, and it can be about like a topic of the week, you know. They put out a topic and people put out their views or their questions and discussion groups, so.
Okay, are these different or similar from those discussed offline?
They can be similar.
Okay. Do you await either online or offline any topics or websites?
I do.
Why?
I do. Like online, I do because, like I said, not everything is reliable. So I do, especially those like radical
you.
extremists. So.
What do you think about the different interpretations, different beliefs and practices within the Islam and the Muslim communities?
What do I think?
Like Sunni, Shia interpretation or the Shafi, Maliki, Hanafi interpretations, Salafi interpretations?
To be honest, I don't like to comment on these kind of things because I do try to understand where these came from, how they were built. But
Thank you.
yes, I don't like to comment.
What sources do you rely upon to inform you about diversity within Islam and the Muslim communities, like mosque, family, friends?
Yeah, mosques, families, religious leaders, like the Quran, the Hadith. It's all of these.
Okay, what about the internet?
Like I said, yes, I do sometimes when in need and urgent.
So it was internet also informs you. You are checking internet also to get information about the diversity.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. How often do you access information on other Muslim groups or doctrines on the internet?
How often?
Yeah.
Maybe like once a month. Because I like to do a lot of research. Maybe more than once a month. It just depends.
Okay, how often do you access information on other Muslim groups or doctrines on the internet?
Like I said, like it's at least once a month or
Thank you.
2 or 3 times a month, yes.
How have your beliefs or practice about the differences that exist within Islam and the Muslim community changed in the last 5 years?
They have.
Like how? Okay, they changed. What do you think that is? What did happen? Why it changed?
Because I enhanced my knowledge and I understood some of the different practices out there.
Thank you.
So
Has your internet usage anything to do with this change?
yes, it has.
Do you have friends who are non-Muslims?
I do.
What about online?
Yes.
What do you think about living in a religiously plural society and a society with secular values such as Canadian society?
I mean, if you're in a religiously plural society, it would influence you to be more practicing, whereas in a Canadian society, it's so diverse, you know. You have a more open mind